first welcome Sunder to the channel.
Hey,
A very warm welcome, Sunder.
thank you so much.
Yes. Okay, Sunder almost ran more than 2000 kilometers the last year. So I get this feeling of exhaustion, like how can any man run so much of distance? You people might also get that feeling, because if you are not run any events or something like that, if you are not into marathon events, you might get that feeling. But usually marathon runners, they do this long distances, like more than 2000 kilometers and all those things. So I want to ask Sundar that don't you get exhausted by running so much?
No, I'm not exhausted as such. You need to have as many miles under your belt as possible, because it is the long runs that add value to the whole training. So last year I did 2000 kilometers. That is the recorded count. And then for this year I plan to do even more so for the next 3-4 months, which is the base building phase, as we enter the events in the second half of the year. So it is not a question of exhaustion, but it is about getting as many miles under to your belt as possible. Yeah.
So you people got to have a little patience, because he has got a little stammering problem, but if you have that patience, you'll be able to get a lot of knowledge out of his words. But his running records show that he does not stammer in running marathons events.
So no, as I mentioned before, last year was running different events. I ran 3 full marathons last year. I did 3 ultras, 50 k's each, and a lot of half marathons. But then, it was all possible with the active support of our running group.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, as he told that, like the next 3-4 months is of base building. So if we ask any marathon runner, they will have this very much scheduled things that are to be done in a year. May it be base building for the next 3-4 months, or may it be Sunday long runs. So what would you, how would you explain a typical year of a marathon runner?
So that is something interesting, and it is very subjective also. Each one has their own way of training based on the experience that they have. But a very important part of any runner's schedule would be the base building phase, where we run at a easy conversational pace. This typically lasts about 12 to 16 weeks, wherein we have our bodies adapt to the long runs. And then the Sunday long runs are definitely not missable. They add so much value that I think I've run the most on Sundays.
Okay.
When you consider the number of kilometers that I've run on a day-wise basis, it is on Sundays that I've run the most. I think that answers it all.
Yes. So that is very important, to run as much as possible, so that we get acclimatized, or we get used to running long distances. So if we want to run 42 kilometers or an ultra marathon of 50 kilometers at a stretch, so this base building and whatever the activities he said are very important for any marathon runner. So it is very true that any marathon runner will have some injuries during the entire year. So if he does not do all the activities properly, So there are ways in order to first prevent them, and also there are ways, if there are already any injuries, there are ways to recover from them. So what would be your view about first preventing the injuries, and then if there are any injuries, like how can we recover from them?
Yeah, sure. No, thankfully I've not had many serious injuries as such in the last 2 years that I've been running. There have been slight niggles, but I've managed them with a rest. I have recuperated in time for the events. For any runner, proper rest and recuperation along with the right nutrition are very important. So when you run, there are a lot of muscles in the body that experience wear and tear. So you have to give the body enough time to regain the power. So rest is a very, very important part of any runner's schedule. So much so that if you don't have proper rest the day before, if you don't sleep well, it might not be very prudent to run the next day morning. So rest is very, very important, and people typically tend to neglect this sleep, but it is not very advisable. So sleep takes care of a lot of things. I think any runner must definitely have adequate amount of sleep.
Yeah, so you people got to know that rest and sleep is the key in order to avoid any injuries. And what would you say about during the run? So you might be taking a lot of electrolytes and in order to hydrate the body. What is your view about preventing the injuries during the run?
So during the run, we tend to lose minerals and all while we run. So it is important for us to hydrate properly during our runs, including our training runs. Hydration is one of the most key aspects, which we cannot ignore at all. So while we run, it is important that we take water or any kind of salts every 3-4 kilometers, or in the manner that your body is used to it. So for any run more than 10 kilometers, I would advise people to have proper hydration breaks.
Well. I was very much surprised. I was volunteering in one of the marathon events some days back. It's like the professional runners or maybe the casual runners, they literally take the direct salt and eat. So that is the importance, how much hydration, that is the importance of hydration for the body during the run. So it is very important to take the electrolytes and the salt maybe directly to the body in order to keep away from the injury. Yeah, if you people start running and if you get adapted to this activity of running, you people will get to know that running brings a lot of changes in your life, may it be personal life. So it has a lot of impact on, there is a lot of change in your lifestyle after you get adapted to running. This is one of my favorite questions I ask to every runner, how has running impacted your personal life? Why do you love running?
So like any activity that we do, it will have implications personally, professionally, socially. So in my personal life, after I've taken to running in the 2 years, I have actually prioritized things more. I've become more disciplined in the way that I've set things in order right from day one. So I think running has got in a sense of discipline in me, and I've also prioritized things well. So seeing this, people around me have also adapted to my running, and then and in the running community, I've made a whole new bunch of friends. So it is like running is like a home away from home now.
Wow.
So there are so many people that I look forward to meeting at my runs, at my events, that I don't miss the other people much.
Yes.
So and it is not that I am neglecting the others also, but it is that about finding time for everyone, as it is also about finding time for yourself also. And also I also personally like meeting new people, talking to them, getting to know about their life. And then running has introduced me to some very fascinating people. I've got to learn so much from them, and then it has actually enriched my whole personality.
Oh,
so I think running has taken things to a whole new level.
Yes. You people have heard a lot about running from me. So it is the story of every runner. Like, he'll love running so much if he gets adopted to it. So hope you people get adopted to running and have this wonderful life of running after you get adopted. So if you ask my future plans about running, like, I want to run as much as possible in the next year or maybe the coming year. So I want to ask Sunder here that what are his future plans about running, and that's basically the question.
So I don't really have any plans as such, but I would like to run at as many events as possible, cover as many new places as possible. I like traveling also, and running has taken me to some very lovely places. So I'd like to run at more places. Hopefully my first international run would be this year, and I would like to do the world majors sometime. And I also plan to run the Comrades Marathon in South Africa in the days to come. So
how much is the Comrades Marathon?
So it is about 90 kilometers run. It is arguably the toughest road race in the world. So I would like to run that sometime soon.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's the question. That's the answer for the question one of my friends asked some days back. Like, he told me that don't get killed. He was worried about me getting killed myself by running so much distance. So if you see Sundar's words, like, he's going to run 90 kilometers at a stretch, and he has done a lot of ultra marathons of 50 kilometers. So running does not kill anybody. So in fact, it makes anybody stronger. So that was it for the episode today.
One more. If I can add more to it, running will only add more days to your life, more active days to your life, than take away some part of your life.
Yes.
So I would also like to help other runners finish as many events as possible. I have been a pacer for some events in the last 1 year, and I would like to continue pacing and helping others finish as many runs as possible in the next few years.
Well, I had concluded the episode there, but I have somehow missed the last part of it. So thank you so much, Sundar, for letting me do this. This is one of the very first interviews of a runner that I did. So thank you so much to you all people for watching the video, supporting. Keep watching, keep supporting. I'll try to bring more and more people like this, more and more runners, more and more reasons that why should anybody adopt the habit of running. Thank you so much for the support. Love you all people. Love you so much.